Hi art friends, welcome to Drawing Differences. My name is Khadijah. In the previous video with Paula Lees, you learned how to create many different skin colors using just 6 colors. In this video, we're going to add to our skills by learning how to draw different face shapes, facial features, and hair textures. All of these characteristics are a part of what makes us unique individuals. For links to any materials that I may mention, or to other Drawing Differences videos or resources for teachers, kids, and families, check out the description box below. Have you ever really stopped and looked at the different shades, facial features, and hair textures of your friends, families, or others around you? I have. I noticed that some of my family members have skin that's much lighter than mine that reminds me of sand. And I also have a best friend who has a complexion that's darker than mine that reminds me of smooth acorns. Some of my neighbors have different nose shapes, and I also have friends who have different eye shapes. I'm going to show you how I observe, and then I'm going to show you how I draw by observing myself. You can do this at the same time if you have a mirror or a picture of yourself. If you don't have a mirror or a picture of yourself, you can draw someone else. You could possibly have someone sit with you as you draw and observe, or you could simply use a picture of other people to practice. And of course, you could also draw me. Are you ready? I'm going to use a mirror to start by observing myself. Watch with me. Right now, I'm trying to find my head shape. I notice that I have sort of an oval shaped head, but it does come to a bit of a point towards the end where my chin is. So I think this head shape with the pointed end would be better for me over the more oval shape towards the end. Along with your drawing guide, you also have head templates to choose from that match up with the ones in the drawing guide. Next, we're going to explore the eyes in the drawing guide. So first off, I'm taking a look in the mirror again to see the shape of my eyes. My eyes are sort of round and I have longer eyelashes, and I know that my eyelids are pretty prominent too. So when I take a look at the drawing guide, I'm going to keep this in mind. Right here towards the middle, I notice that these eyes are a lot more rounder and they're a lot more open. And I also notice by looking at these set of eyes that the eyelids are a little more prominent. Remember, you can modify your eyes by checking out all the eyes on the drawing guide. You can always mix and match the eyebrows, eyelids, and eye shapes. Now, I'm going back to my mirror and I'm going to take a look at my nose shape. If you take a closer look, you may notice that your friends and family may have different nose shapes too. Taking a look at the drawing guide, I noticed that this one is pretty close to mine. As for the bridge of my nose, I noticed that it's wider towards the base and then it goes up just a little, so I'm going to use this. Now let's take a look at the mouth section. Mirrors are perfect when drawing self-portraits because you can get a closer look at yourself. Your mouth really helps you show expression. So think about if you want yours to be smiling or maybe making a silly face. After looking in the mirror, I think this mouth would be perfect for my self-portrait, and I can't forget my dimple, so I'll be adding that too. As you can see, the drawing guide has different head shapes, eyes, different types of noses, mouths, and different hairstyles. When you get more comfortable drawing different kinds of people by observation, you won't need the guide, but it is helpful to get you started. I'm going to show you how to use it when drawing myself. As you're drawing, you don't want to get caught up in trying to perfect every single shape of every feature. You also want to spend some time trying to reflect on the personality of the person that you're drawing. There are so many parts of my personality that I want to show in my self-portrait. For example, I love to smile and show that I'm happy. I love the color pink. And art is one of my most favorite things. So these are some of the things I'll be adding to my self-portrait to really show who I am. You can also add accessories like earrings or glasses or braces or anything else that makes your self-portrait look more like you. Or if you're drawing someone else, the things that capture the spirit or personality you see. You might be wondering what makes us different. Why do we look different from one another? When we take a look at our friends, family, teachers, and those around us, we notice ways in which we're alike and all the ways in which we look different from one another. The reason we look different from one another has to do with what genes we got from our ancestors and in what combination. Our ancestors passed down genes from different traits through the generations. Traits like our skin color, the shape of our eyes, the shape of our face, the shape of our nose, and even the texture of our hair. Even identical twins have physical differences from each other, even though they have the same ancestors and identical genes. That's because those genes might be expressed slightly different in each of them depending on their environment and experiences as individuals. That's why people who know and observe identical twins closely can tell them apart. Maybe one is a little taller or has a rounder face or hold themselves differently. Okay, now we're coming up on my favorite part of any art project, and that is adding color. I watched the previous video with Paula Lee's. Did you see it? She made many skin colors with basic brown and 5 other basic colors. You should check it out if you haven't. The link is in the description box below. I'm going to try a combination of orange, yellow, and brown to create my skin color. I started off using really light pressure with brown, and then on top of the brown I added yellow, then orange, and then I went back on top using heavy pressure with my brown to make my skin a little bit darker. If you decide to mix your own skin tone using crayons, I encourage you to play around with the pressure. Lighter pressure will create a color that is a lot lighter, while pressing down firmly will make your color a lot darker. I'm going to finish this drawing by adding a little more color and adding a fun background that reflects me. Remember at the beginning of the video, we talked a little bit about adding personality to your drawing. I've decided to use my background as an opportunity to showcase my personality. Since I love color and I love art, I decided to make paint splatters in the background. And I'm going to use lots of different colors to really bring my background out. As I'm finishing my self-portrait, I'm starting to appreciate the fact that I took out the time to observe each one of my facial features and my hair texture. While my self-portrait may not look exactly like me, I do believe that it captures who I am as a person. So, how did it feel to draw me or the person you drew or yourself? What did you notice? Thank you for spending a little of your time with me today. I can't wait to see your closely observed portraits. Now that you're a little more familiar with the drawing guide, we're going to practice drawing many different people. Join me and my artist friends in the next video as we do that. Don't forget to check out the links to the resources and videos in this series in the description. And click like if you enjoyed the video.